The human mind is the most amazing and powerful complex creation of nature. It gives us the ability to analyze things, know ourselves and the world which we live in, and intelligently act and react to the problems and threats in our environment so that we can adapt to them or change them to ensure our survival and well being. With our minds, we can unfold the mysteries of the universe and make right decisions. We may not always succeed in getting the decisions right, but we can always rise to the challenge and face unexpected situations, as many have done in the past on numerous occasions, and to improve their lives or to move forward our own civilization. Hello friends, welcome to my channel All Things Spiritual. Today we will look into a stable mind, and if you watch till the end you would understand through a short story as to what stable mind can lead to detachment and success in our lives. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. With mental stability comes this undisturbed peace and unending calm. All sorrows then cease to bother the person of a stable intelligence, and he does not crave for anything more. He does not also complain about anything. With discretion, he makes the right choices and guides his life to liberation without falling into the trap of the senses and the dualities of life. Cultivating sameness towards the pairs of opposites and overcoming the attraction and aversion, he remains satisfied with whatever happens to him by the will of God, and he goes through experiences with the same attitude. With discernment and detachment, he becomes immune to the play of Prakriti or nature, knowing that the desire-ridden actions are caused by gunas and he is not the one who is causing them. Having restrained his mind and body and having conquered the desires and attachments with discerning intelligence, he goes beyond the sense of duality and overcomes jealousy, anger, egoism and such other evils. By cultivating higher knowledge through self-purification, selfless actions, devotional services and contemplative practices, he lifts his veil of illusion covering his mind and then sees the beauty and splendor of his true self, which is hidden deep within himself. He goes beyond objectivity and mental modifications to become absorbed in the infinite consciousness and sees himself in all and all in himself. For that person, there is no rebirth and suffering. He sees the world as his own extension. Upon his death, he travels to the highest world of the Brahman, from where he never returns. Buddha was one of such great saints and philosophers that lived among us. Buddha's mind was so still and so much in control that he was a master of his own mind, so much so that he carried a very tranquil and serene personality. He was one of the highest attained level of saints. Such an attainment is provided by God only to saints. As an example, if you start to chant the name of God for a few moments, it wouldn't lead you to a state of the Buddha. The real test of the chant is if it is able to reach the inner depths of your being, and is it able to absorb all your bad karmas or not. Because both good and bad deeds bear fruits. This gist of deeds, therefore, is quite important to note that at an old age, the jiva has to go through a lot of health troubles, and these troubles actually make the person's existence troublesome. Therefore, taking medicines may not be the adequate route for the individual at that point in time. It may only provide him with some temporary relief, but to the mind, what is the relief that can be provided? It can only be achieved through the tapas that the individual only does, and that too what is done honestly. A tapas cannot be attained simply by keeping silence. It may not enable you to reach the serene state of the Buddha, and staying aloof and purposefully not talking to others by a hasty decision also doesn't get him or her to any peaceful mood. Nothing is achieved through such an act. The jiva therefore has to maintain a level of honesty with himself, and there shouldn't be any mix-up or identification with other things. A flip side to this is that when a voice of a person gains ascendance while speaking to another, then he starts facing the opposition of his own Atman. As a spicy food is not good for the stomach, in a similar way, a sharp tongue generally causes more harm to the person in society. It generally backfires on the individual, so therefore the individual should strive to keep a calm personality. The acceptability of such a person then starts to improve within society. There was once a guru, and he had a gurukul and had a nice family of disciples, and the guru was a very nice and decent person. And one day his end time was approaching, and he had to select the right disciple to carry on the legacy of the gurukul. So he had to decide the next master after the guru left. That was the main quandary for this guru, as to whom should he select as the next guru of the gurukul, as there were many in the gurukul that were suitable choices. Watching this quandary in his own mind, God came down once in the form of a yogi and met with him. God mentioned to him that this situation of you being in a quandary doesn't suit you. You have to keep your mind peaceful and without any such thoughts. You have been a great devotional leader, but now why this all of a sudden? The guru replied to this question that this question doesn't leave my mind. The yogi then replied, then so let it be. There are a lot of unknowns in this world and this is best left unknown. And as a result, if there is chaos or confusion in the gurukul, you won't be responsible for it. So please give up such a thought and do not think of it. God then replied, you can give the thought to me and be free of it. The yogi god then mentioned to him that his journey had been successful until now, so he should not be creating any such issues at the time of his departure, and he has to be free at the time of his death. So being free from such a thought would make his life journey more fruitful. The guru then said to his disciples that after 3 months of his departure, this yogi is going to come to the gurukul and complete some work. So the guru didn't mention what the yogi was exactly going to be coming in for, while himself knowing the very same reason. The disciples therefore started to guess among themselves that maybe the yogi would be coming in as the new guru of the gurukul. So the guru one fine morning passed away and his life's journey was fruitful, and he didn't keep the thought in his mind and then was free of that thought, because he came out pretty satisfied and calmed down after the meeting with the yogi. After 3 months of the guru's passing away, the yogi visited the gurukul, and as a reminder, it was God that visited the gurukul. All of the disciples were very nervous, some thinking who was he going to select, or was he himself going to be our guru now. Both thoughts were running through the minds of the disciples. In case he was going to select one of us, we need to show him our skill sets, and in case he is going to be our guru, probably we could be blessed in our future lives. So the yogi announced that he has come at the wish of their guru, who is now no more, and as he has lived his life well and the idea kept on bugging him as to who was going to be the next guru of this gurukul, he had taken over the decision that was bothering him so much during the time of his departure. The reason I am here is not that your guru's decision would have caused chaos within the gurukul, but as an outsider of the gurukul, and I am pretty much adept of the gurukul and its disciples, I know each and every one of you inside out. The statement from the yogi got both the intelligent as well as the half-wit students, and they understood this, that this yogi was someone special. The yogi then said that he is going to personally talk to everyone. There were 19 students in total, and he started to talk to each one of them. He asked them only 3 or 4 questions. He asked first, what is the meaning of Brahma? He got a multitude of answers. Some said Ganpati is Brahma, and then some said Shiva is Brahma. He then came to Ram, one of the students, and as he asked him, who is Brahma? Ram answered that the power that controls the entire universe is Brahma. It was a very different answer. The next question was, is Brahma manifest or unmanifest? Ram replied, it is unmanifested. Is it in the form or formless? Was the next question from the yogi. Ram replied that it is in form with respect to the Atman, but it is formless with respect to the Parabrahman. The next question from the yogi was a collective question, that if this guru had been your parent in a previous life, what would have been your reaction? The students had a wide range of answers again. Most of them replied that it would have been a good thing if we had the guru as our parent in our prior life. Some said it would have been advantageous to have the guru in our past life. The yogi then turned to Ram and asked him the same question. Ram replied that the guru was his parent in his last life. The yogi knew about this fact. The students started to look in Ram's direction and began to contemplate what was going on and why was Ram answering in that way. The yogi asked Ram, "Why didn't you disclose this fact to your guru?" Ram answered that he didn't want to create any animosity between him and the disciples and that he didn't want to pressure the guru on his final decisions. Hence, he never disclosed the fact that he viewed in his meditations and he had kept it wrapped up within himself and he had not disclosed it until today. And the reason for this would be that there would have been repercussions to this had I revealed this information. Even though I knew this information, I kept my silence on this matter because others would have thought what a lucky person he is. Wish we had such kind of luck of our own. And in a sense, if you think about it, a guru is a parent only and he was my parent then and is my parent now too. God was kind enough to show me this event and I understood this fact, and as I didn't want to get an undue advantage of the situation as we are all colleagues only and I didn't want any favors due to this reason, else it would have affected my guru's image. And in case I revealed this information, I didn't know if he knew it or not. The yogi then said to Ram that the guru didn't know about this and God has kept the secret from him and he revealed it to you was your test only. The boy then said that even though he was only my guru, he was like a parent to me only, and for this reason it didn't make any difference to me. But in fact, I felt a bit of regret for my colleagues that they couldn't get the guru as their parent in a past life. As he was my parent in my past life, I have enjoyed him as a parent, and had I revealed this, it would have been so awful. The god yogi heard Ram's answers and he turned around and told everyone, why was he his son? You boys have a desire to be on the guru's seat, and so many of you that revealed their love to their guru. Underneath that love was a desire to be the next guru, and this desire wasn't there in Ram's mind. He was far away from these topics as his only interest was into devotion and service to his guru. Many of you here are exceptionally virtuous, but underneath that virtuosity is a desire of some kind that the guru should select me. Ram is the most suitable disciple for the guru's seat, and why didn't he feel like he wanted to sit on the guru's seat? The reason is that he is very sensitive to others' feelings and he felt what he is going to gain by becoming a guru. I can do a lot more by just being a disciple, and there is a lot to be done at this stage itself, because a disciple can dissolve into devotional life, and on the other hand, becoming a guru, a person can get an ego, and there are many gurus like this that have declined by becoming a guru, and the one that becomes a guru and then still remains a disciple for life is a real guru. Therefore, becoming a guru is extremely tough, mind you. As one person becomes a guru, his ego rises, and then he may get an attitude of some sort due to that reason, and the person then doesn't become God inclined or devotional inclined. So then it's needless to say that Ram was finally selected to lead the Gurukul, and he had exceptional qualities of his own. His selection was necessary and the decision was not taken by the previous guru, and then God had to intervene as there would be a chance that a wrong decision could have been made by that guru. Ram was a high-minded and mature individual, and he was not displaying his virtuousness outside, and even though he knew the truth, he still kept it within himself and kept mum about it. And this is the real spiritual currency that a person must acquire, and a predisposition to detachment from honor, name and fame. How did you like the video on the stable detached mind of Ram and his success? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week with a new video.